Hi everyone, this is Yoga with Pam. We're going to go over a few poses this morning that'll help get some kinks out of your low back, any stiffness along the spine. It'll help you move around with more ease and freedom. We're going to start with cat tilts, and many of you know these. You're here on all fours and take a deep breath in, exhale, round your back, bring your belly toward your spine. Inhale, forward, look up, rooting down through the hands, pulling your hands away from each other. Exhale and round. You do that a few times very gently. And then you'll come down onto your back and we'll take a bridge pose where you just take the spine, gently peel it up, 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 up. And back down, 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 down. And you can do this with a block between your thighs is nice for some of us. And same thing, up and down a few times, just like sequentially, the vertebra coming down one after the other. Right? And that's that one. And to get into the low back, the quadratus lumborum, places like that, gonna come back to all fours. Take your left forearm and elbow to the floor, reach way out with the right, stretch, draw the right hip back, lengthen. Breathe here, belly toward your spine, armpits lifting, and then inhale, come up, back to the middle, and then over to the other side. And get this big long stretch through the whole right side, from your hip to your armpit to your wrist. Keep the belly lifted, drawing the right hip back as you reach over. Draw the left hip back as well. Inhale to look up, and come all the way back in, and exhale your breath. We'll come up to standing. And one thing about just standing up, you want to make sure you don't lock your knees because that throws off the whole internal balance of your body, the whole integrity of your spine as well. So it's a soft, soft bend in the knees and then a pulling up action. So you bend the knees a little, roll the thighs in gently toward each other to get a nice arch in your low back. And then very slowly as you straighten your legs, tailbone goes down, your belly goes up. And you can reset yourself all day long like this. Rolling in with knees bent, straightening up, tailbone down, belly up, and get that length and that space. Okay. We're gonna come over for another nice stretch to the low back, and that's your figure four. Right ankle over the left knee bent. And you just stretch and reach over to the side. You can do this holding onto the wall or not. At least one hand should be on the wall for support. It's not, you're not trying to balance so much as you're trying to stretch. And then you go the other way. Get this long line. The armpit chest just below the armpit moves back. Head and throat move back, belly lifted. And you're drawing your right knee out to the side and a little bit back. And then you come back to the middle and come back up. Exhale, and then the other side. Bend the right knee, left ankle on the knee. And dip in. You've got a nice stretch through the piriformis, the glutes, the IT band. And you're gonna reach over to the side. And you'll know when you're in the right place because you'll really feel like the stretch that you need and want. Your body's happy with it. And then come all the way back up and go to the other side. So again, it can be any variation. The hand can be down or up as you reach that bottom arm. And come all the way back up when you're ready. Bend into the knee, come out and step it out a little bit. Good, and then I'm gonna come down onto your forearms and elbows. And this is just a lovely, lovely stretch for the whole spine. There's a lot of muscles, multifidi, all along the spine. So you've got your forearms on the floor, elbows underneath your shoulders. You're gonna pull your forearms back as you take your heart forward, look up. And then exhale to lower. You drag the feet back, click your toenails down. Press your pelvis down, lift your belly, and then shrug the shoulders. The last thing to come up is your chin and head. Big breath in and exhale to lower. Now, depending how your back feels, you may not come up very high at all. Just take a nice long stretch. Imagine you could stretch your spine in both directions here. And everything you're doing in this practice is about 50 or 60%. You're not trying to do your whole 9 yards here. There's a gentleness to the practice. Then you lower. Another variation on that one is to stack your hands, forehead on your hands. Start by dragging your legs back, press your pelvis down, lift your belly. And without really moving your arms too much, you want to feel your forearms going forward. Forehead stays attached to the hands. Elbows lift. You stay right here. Lift your belly away from the floor. Big breath. And then lower the elbows down, keeping a nice lift to the armpits. And then again, drag the legs back, click your toes down. Press your pelvis down, lift your belly, shrug your shoulders by your ears, lift your elbows, forearms forward, and then very gently, keeping your forehead attached to your hands, lift your head up. It doesn't matter how far you go. You're trying to stretch your legs back, lift your belly up, and extend your torso forward. Take a breath in, exhale, and lower all the way down. And we'll just switch hands. Now the right hand is on top of the left, forehead down. Again, legs back, belly up, shrug the shoulders, lift the elbows, forearms forward, and breathe. And then lower the elbows. Inhale again, lift the elbows up, forearms forward, and this time, forehead comes up, attached to the hands. And lengthen back as you extend forward. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And exhale to lower. Then from here, bend your knees. Take a gentle little windshield wiper, side to side. And the last one we'll do today, there's so many of these, but we'll finish up with this one, is a knee to chest pose. So you lie down, bring your right knee into your chest. Your left leg is long and rooted and flexed on the left foot. Bring the knee in and hug it in close. So you get a little rounding in the low back, and then exhale, release. So you return to the arch. Inhale, draw in, belly to your spine. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, draw in, the low back meeting the floor a little more, and then exhale, release. Coming back to that arch. Extend both legs, roll your hip points in toward each other, extend the right leg long, and then the left knee comes in. Hold the top of the knee, or you can hold the shin, okay? And then draw the left knee toward your chest, kind of rounding the back. Keep hugging your hips toward each other. Exhale, release. Inhale, bend in. Bring it in close, feeling the low back. Exhale. And one last time, inhale to bring it in. And exhale, release it out. And both legs on the floor. Then our final twist before we're done. You bring both feet to the floor, about almost as wide as your mat. Keep the left knee pointing straight up. Bring your arms overhead. Hold the right wrist. Take your right knee down toward your left foot. Draw the right arm over. If you have a wall there, it's nice to press into the wall with your hands. And then come all the way back up. And then keeping the right knee lifted, arms overhead, hold the left wrist and draw the left knee down toward the right foot. Get the stretch through the low back, extending down and out through that left knee. And come back in to the middle and exhale your breath. And you can find a nice landing here in Shavasana. You might put a bolster or a blanket underneath your thighs or your knees to support your back and rest here for a little while. And then after 2, 3, 5, 10 minutes, take a deep breath in, exhale, and bend your knees, roll to the side, use both hands to press up. And now we're back up where we started. Keeping that gentle arch in your low back and a lift from your heart. I hope this helps your back feel bright and shiny. Namaste.